Hi, everybody. I'm Patricia Clayson from the Dare to Be Aware Fair, and I'm here speaking to Jill Borsos. And some of you may not know that Jill is actually the founder of the fair. Uh, it's about 15 years ago, even though right now it's the 13th annual fair because of our 2-year COVID hiatus. So 15 years ago, Jill founded the fair, and I got involved and worked with Jill, and now I'm running the fair and helping Jill's vision to become real. She's also a coach, a transformational coach. She is a business person. She will be an exhibitor at the fair. She will be a presenter at the fair. And that's why we're here today, to talk about Jill's presentation, so you can get a sense of what she's going to be doing and why you might want to come to see her presentation. Welcome, Jill.
Thank you. It's fun to be here.
It's good to see you. So tell us a little bit about your presentation at the fair. It's on being a practical mystic. What does that mean?
Yeah, this is something that's near and dear to my heart because I came from the corporate world. So I have plenty of practicality, professionalism, all those good things. But when I was in the corporate world, I was a seeker, and I was seeking and studying and bringing in the spiritual side. And the more I did that, the more the corporate world became my playground, a place to practice that. And so it's become this journey. And I want to share that with others because I think people think that they have to be one or the other. They have to be very professional, very practical, very reasonable, rational, all those good things. But spirituality sometimes isn't very logical. It's you have to follow your dreams. You have to follow your heart, and sometimes your heart isn't always in alignment with your head. And so we talk about that. We talk about mysticism. What does that really mean? A lot of people think that mysticism is only for people that go to mystery schools in Egypt and create magic and alchemy and it's something more attainable. And it also wanted to talk about that, so that it's open for everyone, and that you may be a mystic already.
Well, that would be interesting to figure out.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. And then I want to also play with the audience. We always have a good time. People always ask questions, and I get your input, and we talk about practical steps to be a practical mystic. And do you even want to be a practical mystic? And why do you want to be a practical mystic versus just a mystic? And what the difference of that is, and some of the downfalls of selecting one vein of study without diversifying and making it fit your life. And so that's what's really important in the work that I do with people, is helping them have their life work for them, and it not be a chore, and not be too strict, too rigid. So what would that look like for you? So let's explore.
Well, just listening to you offer all those ideas and questions to get us thinking, I can see why people go to your sessions at the fair and they don't want to leave, and they don't want you to stop. They want more. And the good news is that you're there as an exhibitor, so they can talk to you about more. They can talk to you about setting up a conversation to go a little deeper one-on-one if they want to.
Yes.
It sounds like they'll walk away with lots of good things to think about, and just exploration, inner exploration to do.
Yeah, then know thyself. That's the most important thing that you can do, is to know yourself, so that you do know how to follow your heart, that you do know how to access your intuition and gain clarity for direction.
Well, one of the things that I find important as I work with different people in the world of self-awareness and all the things that the Dare to Be Aware Fair represents is that people are authentic in what they're talking about and their own experience, and that they walk their talk. And that's one of the things that I have watched happen with you over the years, how you really have incorporated that path, that balance, that practical mystic self. And so that people will be learning from someone who isn't just spouting a bunch of theory about what could be, but some skills and some tools and some life lessons learned to help them create what could be in a very practical way.
Thank you very much. And yes, we're going to talk about that too. They're going to pack a lot in that time frame. But yeah, what it means to sometimes it can be very challenging to be in both realms, if you will, at the same time, being this professional person or very practical, or in your career, or with a family who doesn't really dabble in this area,
Yeah.
versus being head-on spiritual. Those two worlds can collide, and so how do you navigate that? And yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to your session at the fair. The problem for me is there's so much going on as the person coordinating the whole thing that sometimes I don't get to hear the whole presentation. But I know that everybody will get a lot from their time with you at the fair. And your workshop is free, as are all the workshops. The only cost for the fair is the $5 admission fee. So it's very reasonable for anyone who wants to attend. We've kept that at that level for many, many years now, wanting all of this to be available to the public as much as we possibly can. So what is one thing people could do after they get done listening to us talk today? What's one thing that they could do to start that process for themselves?
Well, one thing is to make sure you come to the fair. And I say that for many reasons, but because the idea of the fair, the original idea, was that people could come to a place where they could talk to an acupuncturist or a chiropractor and really ask the questions that they wouldn't ask before they would make an appointment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it going to hurt? And what's it like? And to really get to know the person. And that is such a gift, because that's what that trust is, what opens up your ability to transform. Yeah, to put yourself out there. So it's a way to get yourself out there and explore and to see what resonates with you, because there's 100+ vendors at the fair. There's readings, there's just so much that you can explore to find out what might work for you, because
Mm-hmm.
it just being stuck in one thing is not going to do it, because what works for one person doesn't work for another person. So this is your opportunity to transform, to start that journey.
And being in that place with all those people, is just being in all that energy is well worth the time to just kind of soak all that in. So I invite everybody to join us at the fair on April 30th at Alvernal College. So be there for an hour, be there for the day. Between 9 and 5, we'll be there all day with lots of wonderful things to offer to you to help you be more alive, more well, more satisfied in your life. So come join us at the fair. Thank you, Jill.
My pleasure.
Take care.
See you soon.